Hello, my name is Shauna Bland, and I'm going to be talking today about ways that we can expand our CTE program at Grants Pass High School to the middle school level. And I can tell you that analyzing and improving good CTE programs can be a tricky, a tricky thing to do because sometimes it can be difficult to improve upon a good thing. In this case, I facilitated a program analysis for the early childhood education program, which, if you look at our current CTE participation, we have good numbers, and early childhood education has really good numbers as well in comparison to the whole school. So, the need in the community, though, is very high for good quality childcare, and our program is an excellent one. And from this analysis, a proposal of how to improve the program and expand it to the middle school came about and is a needed improvement for this program, but also for other CTE programs at Grants Pass High School. So the ACTE self-evaluation tool was the starting point of the program analysis. In reviewing the analysis, we found that the program was a very strong program with perfect scores in most areas, or 90% or greater in most areas. But the areas that could use some improvement included sequencing and articulation, CTSO connection, data and program improvement. From the evaluation, we were able to come up with ideas and suggestions for how we could improve our program. Some of the ideas included continuing to reach out to the articulating community college to form a better and smoother transition from secondary to post-secondary programs. The hope would be to connect the students with a representative at the college that would finish the process with the student, who comes in with usually many college credits already. We also talked about having Head Start, who has many employment opportunities in the community, as well as educational opportunities, give the students a good option after graduation. As guest speakers, they would come in and talk about that. Another big idea we talked about is data tracking help, and that's something that is improving for us naturally right now, as we are going to be able to better track students once they leave Grants Pass High School and see what they actually go off and do. And I always like having big ideas when we meet and talk about ways to improve. And one of the big ideas that came out of our discussion was a grant option to help former students start up their own child care center, and making sure that we're connecting that program with what we're doing at the high school so that we could have many satellite opportunities, but also that way the center where the student is working, former student is working, is able to offer very affordable childcare. And that would be part of the grant, is to help facilitate that affordable childcare. So the final idea we discussed, and where I will focus most of my time with this project, is how to expand the program to the middle school level. Students are currently coming into the program as freshmen, missing some key employability skills that are valuable for ECE as well as all of the CTE programs. According to Indeed, the top 10 most desired employability skills are communication, teamwork, reliability, problem solving, organization and planning, initiative, self-management, leadership, learning, and technology. Most of these skills are ones that were recognized as lacking development in the incoming freshmen. The program lead, Ashley Gerard, was excited about the possibility of building these skills in the students before they enter her program, but we also realized how much these skills are needed by all incoming freshmen. There are many elements and curriculum that can contribute to a class for 8th grade students that would better prepare them for high school level and a career after high school. Focusing on a positive STEM or E-STEM class by adding environmental education to the mix is what E-STEM is, that builds these skills, is an excellent option. There are a few things to keep in mind when planning a class at the middle school level related to STEM or E-STEM. No matter the subject or problem faced, encouraging a growth mindset might be the best way for a teacher to support all students. Instead of worrying about being wrong, with well-designed engineering activities, students can focus on learning from their failed attempts. A student doesn't fail. a particular design fails. And when it does, the failure sparks a set of new, improved ideas. A growth mindset is something that can be encouraged at every level and is particularly vital at the middle school level. One other element that is exciting to see is the alignment with the in-demand industry identified by the state or local community. Especially within our smaller community, often students do not feel like there are any jobs locally that are worth working. So the student leaves and never returns. Conversations have already been started with key local businesses to determine how the schools and businesses can work together to provide programs that both meet community needs and ways to keep our best students local. For the start of a new class offering, the alignment is even more important, and having a strong advisory board will be essential for keeping this class connection with the needs of the community. Here are the basic elements that will be a part of the 8th grade class. I would recommend adding to our CTE offering in the district. Problem solving and leadership would be an 8th grade class offered that allows students to build and develop problem solving and leadership skills through a STEM-based curriculum. The class would have daily small problems for students to spend 5 minutes discussing and coming up with solutions. It would also use the Skills USA Career Essential Exploratory Course curriculum as the foundation for building the problem solving, teamwork, and leadership skills desired at the high school level in all of the CTE programs, really. This exploratory course curriculum engages learners to achieve 4 outcomes through project-based, blended learning, all focused around the 17 essential elements of Skills USA. Students apply career readiness content to their current life events and think ahead to their future careers. The students would have to have the opportunity to earn badges that would tie into the Skills USA badging program that is available at the high school level. Already having Skills USA as a CTSO at the high school is a big reason why I want to use this curriculum at the middle school level. Not only is the curriculum solid, it will encourage further participation at the high school level. It will also encourage students to participate in the middle school CTSO that has started small over the past 2 years, but can hopefully grow and expand with the teacher that is teaching this class also being the advisor. The smooth transition to high school is a big part of wanting to expand the program to the middle school level. The major unit outside of the career essential curriculum would be a project on designing the best middle school. I think this is an excellent opportunity for students to solve a real-world problem that is right where they are. It also has many useful insights to district leaders on what is desired by students and utilizes their fresh minds and perspectives to meet the need and engaging the community. So here's kind of the basics of the unit that would be planned for the project. So the real world issue is that we need new middle school. Grants Pass School District has tried twice in the past 3 years to pass a school bond to build 1 or 2 middle schools in the community. Both efforts have failed. Our middle schools are outdated and overcrowded. How would you as a middle school student design a school, and how would you convince the community to support paying for the school or schools? What would the day-to-day activities in the school look like? What would the physical space, both inside and outside of the physical building, look like? When students better understand the significance of what they're learning, they're more motivated to encourage and tackle the challenges in front of them. How better to try and make changes in the world than to give the students the chance to change things for the better right where they are? So there's also a good place-based pedagogy to this, and it would be bringing in community connections. This project will be based at the location where the students are going to school and aimed at improving the environment for the students, both the internal school building, the natural environment surrounding the school, and the curriculum that should be offered in the new school. The use of good guest speakers, such as from a local engineering firm called the Osland Group, Kelsey Osland, she's been a volunteer at many events. She's one of the local engineers as well as the general director for the Osland Group. I would also look to bring in the business director from the school district, Sherry Ely, to talk about the financial side of things, and Kirk Kolb, the superintendent, to talk about political campaigns and how they work. I bring in a BLM fish biologist to talk about the Gilbert Creek, that's the creek that runs through the school, and how it would impact the kids, as well as the connection of the local engineering or electrician apprenticeship program. They have connections with bringing in a solar power display so the students can think about how they're going to power their school. All good, positive things that would be part of that place-based pedagogy. This unit would also align well with not just science, math, and English language arts standards. That makes it very well rounded, but it also uses technology, environmental education, and engineering. I love that this project would also be very equity focused. The students can start with a clean slate of seeing what's around them, not making assumptions of what people know or don't know, giving them the chance to go and explore the environment and look at things. It's all hands on and right there. And so it can really impact students of all backgrounds and upbringings and diversity. And the school can provide the needed tools to be able to explore in this sense. And it would give the students a chance to use all of those desired employability skills that we talked about earlier. So to wrap up, improving and expanding our CTE programs is within reach and needed, not only to improve the programs at the high school, but also expand the minds and capability of our students. Combining daily problem-solving exercise with proven beneficial and good curriculum through Skills USA, as well as a unit on building a middle school that hits close to home, will allow our students to develop the employability skills that are so needed throughout the workforce. This class is worth the time and resources it will take to make it a good addition to District 7 and the greater Grants Pass community. Please take a moment to think about questions and be willing to brainstorm with me how we can make this happen. Thank you.